Yes guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. So today we are doing a rest day, full day of eating at 4 weeks out. Well, actually it's 3 weeks out tomorrow, but I meant to record this on Monday, which was a rest day, and I actually forgot because I ate my first meal and I was like, fuck, I needed to record my full day of eating. Then I was like, I'll do it Wednesday. And then I did the exact same thing on Wednesday. So it's Friday, we're here, we haven't forgotten about the full day of eating, so we're gonna run through it now. So I'm gonna kind of talk through how I make my meals today also, on top of like actually making the meals themselves. We are on the poverty calories today. I think calories are around 2,700, which is probably some people's bulking calories, but for me it's like half of what I was eating peak off season, so it is quite small, right? So meal number one here, guys, we're gonna have 50 grams of oats, like literally no oats at all. We're gonna also have 50 grams of whey. Then we're gonna have 20 grams of almond butter and 125 grams of berries. So we recently actually picked up these new, I'll show you here, Trained by JP whey flavors. And I'm definitely a fan of them. I think my favorite is probably the caramel biscuit. This is actually legit, guys. It actually tastes like a Lotus biscuit, and the Perform one just tastes like light caramel, which is absolutely terrible, but this is absolutely banging. So I think I'm either gonna have this or my second favorite, which I think is the chocolate pistachio. I think I'm gonna have the chocolate pistachio with this morning, right? So Chloe likes the white chocolate hazelnut, but that's probably my least favorite. They have another one, it's like a chocolate caramel nut. It's kind of like a Snickers almost, and then the cookies and cream is nice too, but it's kind of like very sweet. So like with this meal, I have 50 grams of oats and then 50 whey. So it's like a lot of actual like whey with the oats. I feel like it'd be nice if you had like 150 grams of oats with the 50 whey in. But anyway, right? So once I actually make this, I'm gonna put, normally for 50 grams of oats, right, I just make it with the kettle. I'd normally put 180 mils of water in. But what I've been doing recently is I've actually been volumizing it just a touch. So I'll put 220 mils of water in, I boil the water, put it in the kettle, and then I'll bang it into the microwave for like 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'll just kind of let it sit and cook, just so that it's like a little bit thicker. Because 50 grams of oats, the way I normally make them, is just like very, very small altogether. Obviously with this meal as well, we are gonna have 2 grams of pink salt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bang, bang on, see that? Not my first rodeo. And then the best nut butter here, pippin nut, coconut almond, right? So I'm gonna pull this together, guys, and then bang it in the microwave, make it, and then I'll catch up with you when I'm eating it and give you the macros for the meal. All right, guys, so the finished product, there we have it, absolutely beautiful. Also, with this meal, I will have my health subs. So in here, we have got 3 caps of omegas, 4 caps of vital support, curcumin, vitamin D3 and K2. We have got vitamin P5P. We have got zinc carnosine. We have got betaine HCl, and we've got Love Heart. So they are my morning supplements at current, health subs and digestive subs. So I normally take this with my first meal, just so that all the fish oils don't kind of repeat in me, because if you take them on an empty stomach, they are not pleasant. All right, guys, meal number 2 here. So we have, whoa, that was nearly a disaster. So we've got 175 grams of chicken, just seasoned with salt and pepper, pan fried. And we have got 100 grams of lettuce. So these bags are 200 grams, so this should be exactly 100 grams. So actually, there we go. So with this meal, we also have 2 grams of pink salt. I absolutely love the salt on the lettuce here. It's immense. And also what I like to have with this is about 10 mils of balsamic vinegar. This is absolutely delightful. I think per 100 mil there's like 95 calories, so 9 calories in like 10 mils, and literally that is all you need, as this is very strong. There we go. So this is meal number 2. Obviously, as you can see here, it is a 0 carb meal. This is the only one of the day, thankfully. What I will also do after I eat this meal though, to have some carbs, or normally I kind of do it with like in between meal 2 and meal 3, just to bridge the gap between that like very small meal obviously, is I have 100 grams of pineapple. I meant to have it with my kind of meat and rice meals, meal 3 and meal 4, but normally what I do is I just have the 200 grams of pineapple on its own, either with this meal or in between meal 2 and meal 3, just as a little treat, and some carbs. So yeah guys, I'll put the macros for this up on the screen, which will be fairly miserable, and yeah, I will catch up with you for meal numero 3. Okay guys, we are in the office, in the cockpit, for a brief little interlude, and I wanted to just touch off something which I think is extremely important, okay? One of the best tips I can give anyone who is dieting, especially in the depths of a diet when you start to get a little bit low energy, you know, a little bit hungrier and stuff like that, is to keep yourself busy, okay? So I have a rest day today. I don't have that big kind of 2 to 3 hour block in the middle of the day that I'm preoccupied by training and posing, etc. So I need to do something to keep myself preoccupied so that I'm not thinking about food all the time. Not that I actually am. I'm actually not particularly food focused at this stage out, which is surprising compared to my last prep. But anyway, so I looked at the structure of my day last night and I decided, okay, what am I going to do today? When am I going to do it so that I can make the most efficient kind of use of my time in between meals, etc. Okay, so I've just boxed off some client work there. I've gotten back to some inquiries. I've gotten back to check-ins. I've actually done a client setup as well. Now, later on in the day, I have 2 client inquiry calls, one at 1:30 and one at 6 p.m. Okay, so it is now 10 past 10. My next meal is at 11:30. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to prep my meals for the next couple of days. I normally do my meal prep on my rest days, again, just to kill a little bit of time. So I'm going to prep my meals for the next 3 days. Then 11:30 will come, then I will eat that meal. Then I'm going to go into town, I'm going to box off a couple of steps. I'm going to do a sunbed. By the time I get back, it's going to be time for one of my calls. I'll hop on that call. By the time I'm off, then it's already time for another meal, okay? And then in between that time and 6 o'clock, I'm either going to do that setup if that client, you know, signs up, or I'm going to try and do something else that's going to like keep me busy, right? I actually have loads of washing that I have to do. I have to hang those up, I have to put those on, I have to put the clothes away, etc., right? So keeping yourself busy and preoccupied when you're dieting is super important. If you're sitting on the couch twiddling your thumbs, scrolling through Instagram, right, you're going to be hungry. You are going to get cravings, right? And if you don't have anything to do, find something to do. Think about something to do. Maybe your room needs to be cleaned. Maybe your room needs to be hoovered. Maybe you haven't cleared out your wardrobe in months and there's a lot of things you need to reorganize, some clothes you need to throw away or give to the poor or whatever, right? Try to do something to keep yourself busy. Honestly, cleaning is actually one of the best things, because I don't know what other people are like, but once I start cleaning, I literally cannot stop. So that's something that, again, gets me up off my feet, gets me moving, kills some time, and it gets my meat up too, because if you're sitting around all day, lying on the couch, waiting for your next meal, you're not really going to be burning any calories doing that. But if you're up, you're out and about, you're fidgeting, you're moving around, you are doing things, that is going to be far more beneficial for your fat loss and for keeping yourself preoccupied so that you're not thinking about your meals. So top tip there, guys. I am going to now go out and prep my meals. Might get a little clip for you on that. Then I'll catch up with you for meal number 3 and just run through the remainder of the day. So I will catch you in a little bit.
Yep.
All right, welcome to the kitchen. So meal prep for the next 3 days. We have got 100 or 450 grams of green beans, so 75 grams per meal per day. We've got 660 grams of white potato, then we've got 150 grams of rice. So on my meal plan with each meal, training day and rest day, I have 50 grams of rice, but 220 grams of potato is exactly the same as rice, and potato is actually the most satiating carb. So I just half and half, you know, I just have 1 potato meal a day, I have 1 rice meal a day. I don't overdo it and have 2 potato meals on the same day, because I did do that and I found it was causing me a little bit of digestive issues. So I just keep it to half and half. Have chicken with the potatoes one day, I might have the mince with the potatoes another day, and it just kind of switches things up a little bit just to keep things interesting. So I'm going to cook these meals now, lads, split them up into the lunch boxes, and then I'll catch up with you for meal number 3 and the macros on those. So guys, once I have prepped those meals and I have them all split into lunch boxes, what I actually do with my potatoes is I pop them into the air fryer here for 12 minutes on max crisp, so that they come out nice and crispy like that. And then I also have the chicken in at max crisp for 12 minutes as well. Beautiful. So meal number 3, guys, we have got 175 grams of chicken, 220 grams of potato and 75 grams of green beans. I've also put 30 grams of no added sugar and salt ketchup on, which I believe is like, yeah, like 13 calories or something like that. Absolutely love this. I think I actually prefer this to regular ketchup, to be honest. I find it's like really like tangy or something. Like it tastes very sharp, like it doesn't taste very sweet. It's just kind of like vinegary almost, which I actually quite like because I do like bitter tastes. So I'm going to eat this meal now, guys. Then I'm going to run a couple of errands around town and I will be back with you. I will be back with you for the next meal. Yes, guys, so we are back in action once again for meal number 3 here. Errands run in town, sunbed acquired. As you can see here, I'm looking quite mahogany at the moment. I've upped my sunbed intake to 3 times per week from now in the whole way, in the lead up to the show, the whole way up until the show. I can't fucking speak. Prep brain, lads, fucking hell, you know the calories are low today anyway. Just so that I'm a little bit darker, so my base coat kind of like, you know, goes on a little bit better. Also, I take melanotan on my rest days when I do my sunbeds, and melanotan is actually a powerful appetite suppressant as well, so it does work a treat. So we've got 50 grams of cream of rice, 50 grams of JP whey, and 20 grams of coconut almond butter with 125 grams of blueberries in here. So I've done a similar thing with this as I did with the oats, where I used a little bit more water than I normally would for the cream of rice, but I've had it sitting in the fridge for like the last, I'm gonna say 2 hours maybe. So it is nice and thick and creamy. It's basically like ice cream, lads. It's basically like chocolate ice cream and maple syrup and chocolate caramel nut ice cream. So I'm gonna enjoy this meal now. Then I will catch up with you in a little bit for meal number, okay, this is actually meal number 4. I'm gonna enjoy this now, then I'm gonna catch up with you in a little bit for meal number 5. Macros for this bad boy will be up on the screen. All right, guys, welcome back for meal number 5. We have got 50 grams of rice, we've got 175 grams of chicken, 75 grams of green beans, and again 30 grams of no sugar ketchup. So definitely feeling it now today, I must say. Woke up this morning and kind of felt quite good, and then it kind of started to fade a bit, and then I kind of picked up a bit, and you know, this is just part of prep. I feel like your energy kind of goes in peaks and troughs rather than having like one good day and one bad day. It's kind of like a very up and down, but certainly feeling now that 2.5 kilos that I dropped in the last like 3 days, I believe. So I actually hit a new low this morning, 92.55. I forgot to mention that, and I reckon after today's rest day I will probably drop again tomorrow, as I definitely feel like I'm going to. So we should see a big low by the weekend, this weekend. Checking in with Cuba tomorrow though, so looking forward to taking those pictures and having a look at visuals, as every other day it's pretty much changing now. And you know, we added some bits in at the start of this week, which I'm going to run through in the next video, so stay tuned for that one. All the juicy details will be in that one, and yeah, things are really starting to come together now. So I'm going to eat this meal, guys. Macros will be up on the screen, and then I will catch up with you for the last and final meal, which is actually my biggest meal of the day, thank God. I normally have this at 6 o'clock, but I actually have a consultation call at 6 today. So the wait between this meal and the next meal is going to be pretty cruel. But look, at least we'll be keeping ourselves busy. See, Chisel has got her hair done. Give us a gawk glow. Oh, it's gorgeous.
It's actually nice, isn't it?
Just look at the delts. Oh, she's getting peeled, boys. Whoa. So we have got the final meal here, meal number 6. This is actually the biggest meal of the day, and I'm looking forward to this because normally I have it at 6, but I was just on a call there. So 75 grams of oats. We have got the Biscoff JP Whey, which I think is the new GOAT, to be honest. It actually tastes like the Lotus Biscoff. I think I already said that in this video. I've got serious prep brain today. I always repeat myself in my videos, but anyway, it's neither here nor there. 150 grams of blueberries, and then of course 20 grams of almond butter. So this is going to be an absolute treat, and that will sign off the full day of eating, guys. I put the macros for this on the screen. I will also put the total macros up for the day. If you enjoyed the video, guys, make sure to drop it a like, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and stay tuned for the next 2 or 3 videos, because they are going to be a good one. Like I said, next video I'm going to be running through my peak off-season, or my peak competition prep anabolic cycle. Video after that is going to be the peak week video. Video after that is going to be the MK Classic show day vlog. Video after that is going to be the PCA Manchester show day vlog. And then we've got the PCA Ireland show day vlog, and then the post prep review, where hopefully I'm going to have a load of medals around my neck. So stay tuned, guys, and I will catch you in the next one.